Fox 8 Local First starts now.
Good evening once again. I'm Kim Holden.
And I'm Lee Zurich. We are waiting on more results in some key battleground states to determine who will be elected to the nation's highest office.
Right now, according to Fox News, President Donald Trump has 115 electoral college votes, while his Democratic rival, Joe Biden, has 133. We are also following several races locally. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy wins re-election.
And Democrat Cedric Richmond has won re-election to represent Louisiana's 2nd congressional district.
Fox 8 projects Republican Congressman Garrett Graves will be re-elected to Louisiana's 6th congressional district.
And Republican Congressman Steve Scalise will keep his seat representing Louisiana's 1st congressional district. As we bring back in Mike Sherman and we take a look at the electoral map, you can see
they moved a little.
It actually moved. It looks like some of those West Coast states. So California, Oregon, and Washington, I believe, have come in to give Joe Biden 207 to Trump's 119. No surprise, by the way, for either of those three. Those had been projected Democratic. Those are safe Democratic seats, Mike.
What a night this is turning out to be. All these predictions are coming true, that we're going to be down to counting absentee votes and early votes in a small number of Rust Belt states. All eyes are starting to turn to Pennsylvania, which is the state with enough votes to tip one of the candidates over the edge. If it does come down to Pennsylvania, we're probably not going to know the answer until tomorrow. A fascinating a night where Donald Trump outperforms the polls. Joe Biden outperforms Hillary Clinton in the suburbs. It's a recipe that takes us down to the wire, particularly in Pennsylvania.
Okay, besides Pennsylvania, what's the other big state? Is it Florida, Texas?
I think Michigan, we're going to be looking closely at. We'll be looking closely at Wisconsin. You know, Georgia and Texas have always been solidly Republican states. What drew so much attention was the fact that Joe Biden was so close on Donald Trump's heels in both of those states. Florida looks like Donald Trump has likely won that state. It's too close to call, so it hasn't been officially turned red yet. But in Miami-Dade County, the Latino vote, particularly Cuban Americans, have pushed Donald Trump likely over the edge in Florida. Again, with the race so close and absentee votes out there, no red mark yet on Florida.
And we've said this, Mike, but, you know, as we look at these votes in some of these states, we don't know how they're coming in, what they're counting first. So sometimes, you know, a candidate, you know, we've seen it both ways where, you know, Biden was up early and then, you know, Trump has won the state and vice versa. So until we know where the votes are coming in, you shouldn't jump to too many conclusions.
Yeah, just think about Louisiana, right? When St. Tammany Parish reports in a gubernatorial election, it's a ton of Republican votes most of the time. When Orleans Parish reports or East Baton Rouge Parish reports, it's a ton of Democratic votes. Well, that's the same way around the rest of the country. But add to that the fact that many Democrats took advantage of early voting and banked a lot of votes. Many Republicans waited till Election Day. So now we've got different parts of the states reporting at different times and different types of voting reporting at different times. So we're seeing huge swings tonight in many states as the cities report versus the rural areas. And I think in Georgia, for example, we understand Gwinnett County has 80,000 votes out. So we're going to see a tightening in Georgia, but Donald Trump comfortably in the lead for the moment. It will get tighter. I think I just saw Florida change colors.
It did, right on the map. So Florida is Donald Trump, so he's up to 148. That obviously, you know, that he can't win. He couldn't win the election again without Florida.
Yeah, I think Nevada becomes a very important state just because of the number of votes. There was the Sandoval sweep, a solid Republican sweep of statewide offices just a few years ago. Then Nevada, the pendulum swung back with a Democratic sweep. So Nevada is certainly a state that is in play.
All right, let's take a look at the Orleans Parish District Attorney race as we continue to update you on these numbers as well, Mike. And this is tightening up. Look, 20% of the precincts in. Kiva Landrum, the judge, with 32% of the vote. Again, this is to replace Leon Cannizzaro, who chose not to run for re-election. And then now Arthur Hunter is 74 votes ahead of Jason Williams, the council member at large in Orleans Parish. Mike, this is one where we'll have to wait for every vote to be counted.
Without a doubt. No call coming early here. Only 20% of the precincts reporting. And we are seeing at some of the precinct level clumps of votes for different candidates, presumably where they had a pocket of supporters.
I guess we'll see who aligns with who after this race is wrapped up tonight.